Okay, hello, my name is Mark Ebdrup. I'm the operations leader here at Steve Marshall Ford Lincoln, and I'm with a good friend of mine, Rob Willoughby. And Rob, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I've been at Steve Marshall Ford for 18 years. I'm proud to say I've been in the business, to the industry, for just over 34 years. Very passionate, love what I do, love the company I work for, and I love the products I sell.
And so, what made you get into the car business in the first place?
I think it was a natural jump. When I was 17, 18, I got in the stereo business, managed a stereo store at 19, and at 23 I kind of decided it was time for a change, and so I went from the stereo business to the car business back in 1986 in Calgary, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
Okay, and you've had a long career in car sales, and you've also done very, very well for yourself. What would you attribute that to?
I know it sounds kind of, I'm looking for a word here. I'll just say it for what it is.
Yeah.
Honesty and integrity. You know, my dad told me a long time ago when I was growing up, you only have your word, and that's all you have. And I've lived my entire career in the car business, always no promises made I can't keep, and integrity of what I'm selling.
And so, I would agree with that. I think that's accurate. And how does that affect the way you treat customers?
I believe customers should be treated exactly the way I would treat myself, or I'd want somebody to treat me. You know, respect. And let's face it, a purchase of a vehicle, whether it's a $10,000 vehicle or a $100,000 vehicle, is a lot of money for most folks. And I believe that everybody should be treated with respect. They work hard for the money, and they want good service. They want to make sure they have good follow-up service. And again, you know, back to my adage, just respect and honesty and integrity.
Yeah, I get that. And so, when it comes to dealing with customers, what's, I mean, you talk to people all day, every day. It's what you do. And what will be your favorite part about dealing with the public?
Well, I think number one, it's fun to meet different people every day.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this job different, is that every single customer is different. Every situation is different. Obviously, every vehicle purchase is different. But, you know, I love to smile, have a few laughs, keep everything kind of a little easy. You know, just put people on ease. I think that's the secret to the business, is just, you know, having a little bit of fun with it, but making sure that people are looked after professionally.
And when it comes to the sales process entirely, what do you feel like your strength is? Because obviously you're very good at what you do. You must be spectacular at something special in there.
Well, I think, again, listening is a big part of this business.
Okay.
2 ears, one mouth. I really do like to listen to people and customize a purchase based on the customer's needs. I think it's very, very, very important. And I think that if I differentiate myself from maybe other salespeople, I like to believe that I kind of get what we call the hot buttons in the business, but I think more importantly is the benefits to the customer during the experience of purchasing a vehicle, and make sure they get the right vehicle to do the right job.
Gotcha. Makes sense. And so, this long, illustrious career that you've had, what would you attribute the length of your career to? Like, how have you kept so positive and so happy at work? Like, how have you kept this up for so many years?
Well, I think the first thing is finding home. Steve Marshall Ford has been very, very good to me. I honestly, every single day I get up, I look forward to going to work. I love the people I work with. I love the person I work for. Yeah, that's the secret, man. I've never lost the passion for the business. I love every part of the business, and I really do get up every day, just like, wow, I'm going back to work. It's a great job. It's a great career.
And that shows every day you come to work. I mean, the passion you have for the business and the passion you have for making people happy, that comes through every day at work. So, and at the dealership that we work at, you know, we hear the term a lot there, family.
Yep.
Would you say that's pretty accurate?
I would say that's very accurate. Absolutely. One of the things, of course, is that I've worked for different dealerships. I've worked for different places in my career in the sales business. Some good, some bad, but yeah, there's definitely a family feeling at this dealership from the top down. And I think that's the most important part, is when you have a leader like Anne Marie, she just makes you feel like you're part of a family. And I think you know, the reflection of that is that you give what you receive, and when you receive good positive reinforcement that you're doing a great job, you feel like you're part of a family, that reflects back to the clients.
Yeah. And I know that we've always had clients forever tell us that when they come into our dealership, there's a different feel in our dealership. Yep. You've probably heard that a million times. And
yep.
What would you attribute that to?
Again, fun.
Yeah.
Just fun. You know, a good group of guys I work with. I mean, we've got I think 5 people now over 5 years on the sales floor. You know, and when you have that camaraderie on the sales floor, it basically, that positive attitude, everything comes through, and I think it makes a difference. You know, you're not listening to a pin drop in a showroom. There's a lot of fun going on all the time at Steve Marshall Ford. We're always doing something a little bit different, and we keep it fresh.
Yeah, I agree with that. So talk a little bit about the product. I mean, the product is super important for most people. What's your take on the Ford product?
Well, number one in Canada for a few years now. Obviously, we build the best truck in the business. The engineering, design, styling, the SUV lineup is fresh. We've got some great technologies. I'm a bit of a lover for the Lincoln lineup personally. I am the Lincoln representative for the store, and I would invite anybody watching this video, if you want a really nice luxury product, give me an opportunity to show you the Lincoln lineup. Boy, I tell you, there's some amazing product there.
Absolutely. And so, what's your favorite part of the business?
You, Mark.
I get that a lot. That's the same answer I get from everybody, actually. That's perfect.
Again, you know, just reflection on everything we've talked about. If you lump everything I've said on this little presentation here, I think you get the feeling that it's just every facet of the business. You know, I guess when people come to a car lot, you know, the perception is fear. The perception is, you know, maybe that, you know, there's a trust factor. But I got to tell you, the biggest pleasure I get is when somebody comes in and they're a little bit fearful of the whole process, and 2.5 hours later, they've got a big smile. The kids are happy, husband and wife are happy, and they're driving away in a brand new vehicle and really feeling like they've been looked after. It was a fun experience, a professional experience. Boy, I tell you, there's nothing better than that. I guess it's called instant gratification, Mark. And I got to tell you, man, that's my passion for the business.
Absolutely. And one thing I can say about you, Rob, is that a good portion of the business you do is repeats and referrals. And what that tells me is that the customers that you're taking care of, you know, you do such a great job that they don't want to shop anywhere else. They come back to see you because of the service that you gave and because of the experience they had. And that speaks volumes about you as a salesperson. So I think that's a good area to be focused on, is, you know, repeats and referrals, and you do such a great job at that. So
I'd like to add one other thing, Mark, and that's I'd like to take full responsibility for that. But I got to tell you, one of the things that has been very important to me over the years, and I'm being really serious here. People get really looked after by my service department.
Yeah.
That's a real difference there.
Yeah.
I can be a good salesman and I'm going to look after my clients, but I tell you what, their job back there, 3-4 years in the service department, that's what brings them back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So it really is a totally fun organization, and servicing is great right on through the entire dealership. So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time, Rob. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Mark. Appreciate it.